Welcome to the shit show.
Tom, it is the All Elite Wrap-Up for November 6, 2025. We are here to fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're funning it. We are funning it. Funning it.
We are here to fun. Liverpool chat, who is not RJ City, is in the chat. And Liverpool chat says, hey guys, hope you are both doing well and so happy Monet lost. Oh, I'm so happy Monet lost. But unfortunately, I think she's beaten Statlander. Oh.
No.
And we'll have some predictions. And when we have
we'll get to
predictions,
that,
when we have those predictions, you'll get to see Tom wearing his favorite Jeff Jarrett shirt.
By the way, look how good I look today, though. Huh?
Yeah, you look great. You look great. Yeah, vibe check. What's going on there? Yeah.
Yeah.
She got you a little, was that a Winnie the Pooh bulldog going on there?
No, it's a Boulevard beard.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Yeah. The bully,
Kansas City local brewery here for anybody not accustomed to us. Tom and I both
Bully
live
Porter,
in Kansas City.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we both live in Kansas City. We do not live in the same city.
State.
Yep.
Ha-ha.
We both live in Kansas City. And here we are. We're here talking to you. We want you to join in the chat like Liverpool chat did. It's a lot of chats. I'm saying chat a lot. That feels weird. But check us out, allelitewrapup.com. There's a donate link there if you feel so inclined. But there's also links to like the YouTube, the Blue Sky, various other things, right? You can also send us an email. I want people to do that, right? aewrapup@gmail.com, right? That's AEWrapup. There's not two W's in there. I want you to pay attention. I'm sure that's where all of the emails that we expected this week went.
I mean, I'm probably honestly a little bit of it is.
There's probably whoever has that email is like, God damn it, these fucking show.
I keep saying, and they won't answer my questions.
Well, yeah, they won't. But yeah, aewrap@gmail.com. You can ask us questions. You can send us an audio clip. You can send us a video clip, right? If I can get it in time, I can manipulate it. I'll put it on here. We'll play it, read it, talk back to you, right? Or you can join us in the chat like Liverpool chat is doing.
Come on.
Tom, we had a crazy World Series. I know you were.
Oh my God, what a fucking World Series. I loved it so much. If anyone would like to read fantastic writing about that World Series, go to joepoznansky.com and read his Was This the Greatest Game I Ever Saw? It is, I almost cried. It was so good. You should just read Joe Poznansky as it is. But that specific article, it's up free. He does have a paid one. I'm also a paid member because duh. But it's fantastic. Definitely worth your time if you like that World Series. And if you didn't like that World Series, you're probably sucking at life. So what?
I tell you what, I watched that last game and that was intense, man.
Every game was fucking insane.
Yeah.
Every game had a story where I was like, we don't need to go through all of them, but it started with the first ever pitch hit grand slam in the World Series. 701 games up until that point. It never happened in game 1 and then game 2. And then everyone knows game 3, the 18 innings, then game 4. Like everything was so awesome. Side note though, actually transition. Speaking of books though, I wanted to share something with, the Mariner series was good too. Yeah, Liverpool chat. The whole playoffs fucking ruled. The Mariners and Tigers series was awesome. The only series that kind of sucked was the Dodgers and Brewers, because the Brewers and Cubs was really great. Anyhow, books. That's what I wanted to talk about. I was talking about Joe Poznansky. Go check out him. But we're an AEW podcast.
Tom reads.
I do. I read a lot. Not as much as my wife. She reads 53 books a year.
Does anybody read as much as your wife? I mean,
no. She's reading right now, actually. She's reading a series called The Thursday Murder Club. It's like these old British people who solve murders together. Kind of like, this is a fun thing to do. It's kind of lighthearted and stuff. Murder, you know.
She goes through she can get through a book in a day and a half, I bet.
She doesn't do that, but she'll like commit the time. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't do the
thing. She juggle a bunch, or she go one through and then on.
Usually one through. Yeah, okay. Just one through and goes through.
Power reader, though.
Yes. But books. I wanted to tell everyone about books. And again, since we're an AEW podcast, here's a couple of books I would recommend. First, I'm almost done with this. I'm on the last chapter, but it's called Way of the Blade, the AEW edition. So there's a Way of the Blade, just normal, but this is specifically for AEW. Ton of matches that we've already talked about almost to nauseum. Really, really good, really well written. But the other book I actually got today, and I got this book is All Elite. Look at that, the brand new book. It's a coffee table book. I was really expecting I was expecting like a real book, and then I picked it up. I was like, oh, this is a coffee table, because it has like fun, pictures, right? We always love pictures, right? So that kind of stuff. But read a couple things about it so far. Been fun. So definitely pick this up if you want something to casually read. But if you want something really good to read this. This is awesome.
Should we get back into the interviewing of authors? Can we take that gamble again?
Yeah, maybe. I feel like AEW is not as bad as
authors.
Yeah, but not as Keith Elliott Greenberg cannot be worse than fucking the rules of WWE guy.
I don't even know what that guy's name was.
The worst.
Bad.
Yeah, his pronouns should be "that sucks."
I don't want to imply that I think that person had never been interviewed before, but I also might think that person had never actually held one conversation before in their life. Because
I think the only way that person's communicated was through text, right? Was through writing.
I don't want to sound conceited, but I know we're good at this, right? Like I know we've had a lot of fun and a lot of great interviews, and you can go back through our catalog at allelitewrapup.com. Back when we were the Spanish Announce Table. A bunch of interviews. We're good at this. That guy sucks.
The worst. The worst. Not even a close second, to be honest with you.
But what doesn't suck, I think, was the World Series, obviously. It was great. We have AEW Dynamite that we're going to talk about. I thought that was really good. We're rolling into Blood and Guts. We're rolling into Full Gear. We're rolling into Tom wearing the Jeff Jarrett shirt. What else, Tom? Is there anything else going on here? Like, have you discovered some treasure? Did you beat up anybody?
I actually didn't tell you this. I'll share it with you and the rest of the audience, but this was actually some pretty big news. I have stopped my chemo medication. I am off of it now. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So starting to it's been 3 or 4 days. So I haven't really noticed,
okay.
You know what I mean? It'll take like a week or two until you start to be like, oh, I feel a little bit more energetic.
Triggered that? Just enough times where you're not having...
Yeah. So my last MRI scan, it shrank a little bit more. So from the start of this medication to now, it shrank in half. Like it's went in half.
Okay, great.
And so now here's the fun thing about medicine. They're like, well, since a new one, we don't really know the long-term effects. So why don't we just get you off of it? Because that'd probably be best. And I was like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because I'm like a guinea pig on this shit.
Any fear of like it's just gonna start growing again and they gotta go again, or do they?
Now instead of every 6 months an MRI, it's gonna be every 4 months to see like, all right, are we growing? And they said, hey, if you're feeling pain again, because actually, besides, I'm still limited. I still can't put my hand up and that kind of stuff, but I don't have pain like I used to. They're like, if it comes back though, call us and then we might, get you back on and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So that's
for new folks. Tom, a non-cancerous tumor, but was growing in a spot that taking out would have rendered you like not able to use the arm, right?
Yeah, it was on my left. What is that called? God damn, what is that called?
Nailed it.
Whatever the fuck it's called. Nerve bundle. It's on the nerve bundle on my left.
The neck bone is connected to...
No. It's on the nerve bundle. That's what it's called. It's on the nerve bundle in my left rotator cuff.
Gotcha.
And the thing is if they removed it, then I couldn't use my left arm. Also, it's called a desmoid tumor. And generally speaking, they come back. And so it'd be like, oh, great. Now I can't use my left arm. And now it's in your stomach or, whatever. So... that's why we went the chemo radiation and then chemo pill route. And now we're here.
All right, man.
Now we're here. So I'm off of it. So maybe I'll be happier. Probably not. That was a thing that wasn't that way before this. So
I recall you, not being very happy before all of that happened.
Yeah. What's happiness, right? It's all in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, listen, it's a subjective term, right?
Exactly. But you know what does make me happy? AEW Dynamite.
Yes. Yes, it makes me happy as well too. I'm excited to talk about some of the things we got into here. We are going into a pay-per-view, albeit I'll say Full Gear was a quick turnaround, right? And they're still cramming in blood and guts kind of before it. So a lot of this feels transitional in a time where you ain't got time to be transitional, if that makes sense.
Also, again, this is just nitpicking, but I would also say it's not great timing because you're competing with a lot of stuff. Football in college and professional is gearing up, holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So you're going to have a lot of people distracted from what their daily routine is. And so if you're not giving them, oh my God, it's X versus Y, then they're going to be like, well, hey, I got the fucking thing, or this number one versus number two. What I mean, so
yeah, but I got the office Christmas party coming up, or whatever, or the Friendsgiving, or the yeah.
One second here, I think my microphone. Yeah, I bumped it. Let me get it back here. There we go.
I think you sound.
You hear it now? Yeah, there we go. Good.
All right.
I fix it. I fix everything. Let's talk about Dynamite.
Big
though.
brain.
Big brain. So my brain is such a fucking genius.
Gotta keep a hat on, or else it'll.
Yeah, my
brain
is
my head.
such a fucking genius.
This isn't a hat, it's a compression sock for my head because my brain's trying to grow my skull out too big.
This is for your protection, you motherfuckers.
Might get a headbutt and I don't even got to move.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I also kind of personal news, but more pertaining to AEW, I got rid of cable. So I watched, got rid of all of it. But I have HBO Max. So I watched Dynamite on HBO Max. My question to you is, how do you watch AEW Dynamite? Or AEW in general?
Last night I watched it on HBO Max. I have typically been using the YouTube TV for a long time, obviously before the HBO Max thing. YouTube
TV, you're fucked right now.
What?
Disney? Aren't they fucking you right now?
Yeah, but I don't know what else, you know what I mean?
Monday Night Football.
Yeah, but I have the ESPN.
Oh, well then there you
go. Because of Verizon or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't hurt for watching anything in a long time. I'll say that, right? That used to be a problem of the disconnected pieces, but I feel like I could probably get rid of the YouTube TV. I think my wife's a little more addicted to some of the things, but if we put that money into the individual over-the-top apps that these companies have, could probably achieve the same thing for a similar price point. Yep.
Yeah, but I watched Dynamite on HBO Max last night. I liked it. The experience was good. There's no local ads, which is always good. So they just give you the little, or you're in a commercial break. So I didn't see anything of that. So that's been great. I thought that was an interesting.
Oh,
yes.
Whoops. Man, that comes out of nowhere sometimes.
It just, sometimes.
Like a ghost in the studio.
Yeah, sometimes things just need to be said. But hey, we were in, unfortunately, Houston, Texas. Hate that city.
By the way, I have to go to Dallas, Texas this weekend, watch my Sun Bowl. And my wife was talking about, how we have to fly down there because of schedules instead of driving, and then hotel. And she was talking about how much we're spending. She was like, and she was like, I mean, I guess we'll be in Dallas. And I just laughed. And she's like, what? And I was like, I dogmatically, rigidly believe that I should be paid to spend the weekend in Dallas, Texas. This is good. This is the wrong way.
You still won't even enjoy it. Remember, I was paid to be in Houston, Texas, and I tried to get out of there as fast as fucking possible. Yeah. Hate that fucking state.
The real thing that happened when a friend of mine was serving with in the Air Force, when we landed from Shepherd Air Force Base, Texas, in Wichita Falls, Texas, and landed in Biloxi, we clapped and cheered together that we were no longer in Texas. We were like,
Texas
oh my God,
is a
we're
cult.
finally out of Texas.
Yeah. Yeah. And hey, if you're listening to us from Texas, stay strong,
Leave.
but also no, you could leave. Yeah. All right. So let's kick it off. So last night kicked off with Tony Schiavone. He was in the ring and he was going to tell us about a national championship. He said Tony Khan's announcing a new belt, and here's the details. LOL, no, it's not, because the ops come out. And the ops, which is perfect. This is a great follow-up. They said, hey, seemed like someone wanted to play Halloween a little bit too much.
Yeah, you were you helping Hangman? What's up, bitch?
Yeah, doing all this fun stuff. So you're going to pay for your fucking consequences. And then they get in there. and they're kind of cornering old Tony Schiavone. And then what happens? Hangman comes out and he runs and he's like, "What up, motherfucker? You want to fucking do this shit?" And so they're kind of doing this thing. And then here comes Eddie Kingston and Hook, and then they all run out. Side note, did you see Eddie Kingston, for whatever reason, had a crutch?
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if like the EMTs are back there, right? In whatever we call Gorilla here in AEW, right? And he was just like, "I'm using this," and they're like, well, "Hey man, we might. I'm bringing it back. Don't worry. Don't worry, dog. Don't worry, dog. I got it." Yeah. No. Totally.
Yeah, and he seemed really fun last night, Eddie Kingston. I mean, he
did seem to be in a zone. We'll call it.
Yeah, he was. Zone. Yeah, even when he was like, flash forward to the main event. Even when he was on the apron in the main event, he was like,
more
yeah!
animation and emotion out of Eddie Kingston than I've seen ever.
Yeah. Hey, he's lost some weight. Maybe he's just feeling good.
And I mean, we know he was in Houston, so it couldn't have been that.
Yeah, couldn't have been that. That place
could have been that.
No, it's not, because no one is ever happy in Houston.
Well, but I mean, he may have encountered something in Houston that.
Oh, hopefully. Yeah.
That way. And that's what could have been Houston.
Yeah, maybe. So they come out, and then Hook gets on the mic, and he mumbles his way through how about we do a trios match? Joe, being the professional that he is.
Half the brain that you do.
I mean, it was a little of that. But Joe goes you don't talk to me that way, which is good because at least that has history, right? Like if anyone else does it, it feels like WCW.
Joe sold that great. Like he was pissed. Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, that wasn't in the script, motherfucker. You don't talk
right. So Hook, I guess, tricks him or goats him, whatever you want to call it, into putting up the trios championships up against Hangman, Eddie Kingston, and Hook. And I said on Blue Sky, I would melt in my seat if ever Hangman and Eddie were champions together. That's the dream. That's the dream.
That would be great. My boss today told me, he said he saw a little video about AEW. It was like a social media video, but he quickly realized it was AI when they called him Handman Adam Page, and he was like, I don't even watch AEW, but I know it's Hangman. Come on.
Yeah. The Handman.
Do some editing. Yeah. This was fun. Man, I wanted to believe for a second that we were going to do this trios thing, but I kind of knew from the jump, we're going to get something here where the ops aren't losing this to this thrown together team of.
Let's not get there yet. Let's put a pin on it because we're going to get into some in-ring action.
Yes.
We're going to kick it off with what I thought was a pretty cool idea. It's the Blood and Guts Advantage Battle Match 1.
Yeah.
So there's 3 matches.
Yeah, I like this.
Whoever wins the most of the 3 matches gets the advantage in next week's Blood and Guts. So our first match was Claudio versus Orange Cassidy.
Can I say this? Can we stop saying that the rules of the Blood and Guts are that the match doesn't start until all participants are in the ring? Because the match has started. What you mean is the match cannot experience a finish until all competitors have entered. Yeah. The match fucking started, my guy. You know what I mean? Can we stop that? This isn't just some... Anyway, all right, go ahead.
But I understand what they're trying to say, right? Because it's you can't end it yet.
Right.
But yes, it has started. Yes, I agree with you.
Yes.
But we have here Claudio versus Orange Cassidy, and I was actually pretty shocked. So obviously the wrestling was great, right? Wrestle, punch, kick. But we get a clean victory for Claudio over Orange Cassidy.
You've talked about this a lot where Claudio's a guy, man. He is a dude. He's solid. He's a guy where, if Moxley got injured or needed a break, he could kind of carry on this a la New DX, right? With the Death Riders, but not if we don't believe that the guy can win matches and can scare people and can beat people up.
Yeah, and this is what we got. And this was good because Orange Cassidy is a good name, but Orange Cassidy is also another person who could lose his next 10 matches and then come back and win 3 in a row and be the number 1 contender for whatever belt you need, right? Yeah. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but it was good to see Claudio get the victory. But as of this point, the Death Riders take a 1-0 lead. We'll get back to that because then we get...
But this is good. We've talked about this too, where the way they can infuse a tournament or a series of matches helps when you otherwise don't have a story, right? I mean, this is already a story, right? But this gives you something week over week that ties to the same thing where you can just kind of throw together a match. Where before, and I say I don't want to always shit on the other company being the other company, but I'll just say before, right? Like it was just
random match.
Yeah, Survivor Series, all four of these competitors are going to face each other for some reason, but now we give it a stakes and a reason. Right?
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, it made sense why they would fight the week before, arguably their biggest fight of the year. So, yeah, I did like that. Now we go backstage, and Renee Paquette is talking to Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher, and they agreed to no physical contact, which is great. Mark Briscoe then lays out his kind of, I guess, plea to Kyle Fletcher saying, you kind of fucked me there with the low blow when you weren't supposed to. So how about we do this again?
Like that, right?
Yeah. And he goes, how about we do this again? But the low blows are fine. And all of it's fine. And then I get another shot at that championship.
Yeah, except he said to Kyle Fletcher that winning via the low blow was kind of like kissing your sister. And that's when I put on the blue sky. I was like, by the way, like, kicking somebody in the nuts is way more fun than kissing your sister. Like, for the record, a friend has told me. You know, a friend has told me.
I would never kiss my sister.
Yeah, right. Never kicked a guy in the nuts. Come on. All right.
I've kicked plenty of guys in the nuts.
But yeah. All right. So yeah, he makes his plea, right?
Mm-hmm. And then Kyle Fletcher does the part where he's like, I actually like it. That was what I thought was interesting, is he didn't do the chicken shit. Oh, I can't have this happen. What the, you know,
like, all right, I can beat you again, nerd.
Yeah.
Smelly
but the con was Don Callis getting in there and saying, hey, you chicken farmer, if you lose this time, though, you're leaving those fucking losers and you're joining a real group in the Don Callis family.
Why does the way you sound, chicken farmer, sounds like you're saying an insult to somebody?
Yeah, you chicken farmer. Huh?
It just sounds so mean.
Which, you know, one of my favorite insults, and it's PG, or it's actually G, but if you say it right, but you call someone a milk drinker, look here, you milk drinker. I just love that one. That is always a good one to go. Like, look here, you milk drinker. You're going to tell me that I can't go there? The fuck I can. You know,
well, I told you to start using the, you know, like this coming from the guy who sucks on chili dogs outside the Tasty Freeze.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you really,
That's where you be like, oh, I bet you suck on chili dogs outside the Tasty Freeze, you nerd.
Yeah. Well, that's what Mark Briscoe could have said to Don Callis when he's like, whoa, but if you lose, you got to join the Don Callis family. What do you have to say? If he was like, and just said that.
You look like you suck on, So, all right, let's tackle that. Not a terrible storyline. Hey, you want this match that bad or you need this title, then you got to join my family. But I feel like there should be a bigger thing that Mark Briscoe wants or needs out of this match than just like TNT title shot. You know what I mean? This isn't like Mark Briscoe's out of money and is going to lose the farm.
Right.
This isn't Mark Briscoe looks like a bitch and needs to show people he can still win. This is just, I'm upset that you low-blowed me for the fourth highest title in the company or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, with a new one on the way. Like,
the other thing that I don't understand, and this is where it's not AEW's fault and it's really no one's fault, but we could do better at, is what's the bad part of joining the Don Callis family? Like, do you have to travel day in and day out with these people? Because who the fuck cares if you win or lose? Like, fuck these guys.
Well,
you get
so
what I'm
Mark
saying?
Briscoe, I feel like at least we've established Mark Briscoe is I have integrity and do things the right way, right? And we know Don Callis isn't. So that's going to be like I don't want to go with this sleazeball. But I think Don Callis did tackle that. He's like, so then you'll see. I wouldn't hate if we get that in and we kind of have that Mark Briscoe add in some complexity to his character in the like, oh, he's starting to see the benefits of maybe, you know what I mean? Cheating to win, that kind of stuff. But
like, even outside of my Mark Briscoe, it's just be like, I'll join your family and I'll do nothing. I will sit in a chair. I will not come to the matches. Like, then what the fuck are you going to do me?
Liverpool chat here in the chat has found the reason that sucks to join the Don Callis family is you have to pose for that artwork. That's the
I mean,
worst
but the
part
way
of
you
it.
look afterwards,
Yeah,
huh?
that's true.
I'll join the Don Callis family
Yeah,
for that.
right.
Did you see how good
Yeah.
Trent looked?
Yeah, man. If everybody that joins the Don Callis family comes away with 12 abs,
Yeah, I'll
I don't
join
gotta
right
wear
now.
pants. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Look,
I'll-
hey,
Yeah, I'll trip my mom to get in the Don Callis family if I get a photo like that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
I'll trip your mom too. That's fine.
Yeah, why not? So then, yeah,
Just kidding,
at Full
Tom's
Gear,
mom. If you're watching, more
She
respect
doesn't.
for you than that.
I don't even think she knows how to work YouTube. But so here we go at Full Gear for the TNT Championship. Champion Kyle Fletcher versus challenger Mark Briscoe, with the stipulation that if Mark Briscoe loses, he will have to join the Don Callis family.
And listen, we're gonna have some picks coming, but I feel it would be stupid to give Mark Briscoe the TNT title now over Kyle Fletcher for some reason.
But
And
I
so
feel like it would. Devil's advocate, though, I feel like it'd be stupid if we added 7 more fucking people to this group, because we get 2 others that might be
feel
joining in the next segment.
it could give the family a storyline, though, right? Like, but again, it's Mark Briscoe. Like, us seeing Mark Briscoe toy with Good versus Devil, I don't know if that's going to move us a whole lot. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Here's what I would do. Let's just go with the fun hypothetical and say he loses and he has to join the Don Callis family. I would make him the beacon of joy within that family to make all these guys question why they're following Don Callis. Like, you would catch them on the weekends chasing chickens at the farm with Mark Briscoe, and Don Callis is like, you used to be monsters. We used to kill people. And now I've got Murder Hawk Monster playing with hawks. What is going on? Like, and then he's just like, hey guys, I'm just in the family.
Introduces like integrity and heart and soul to these guys slowly over time. Yeah.
Right. And
He kind of
Don Callis is like,
Sammy's the bloodline a little.
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And then, but like Don Callis is like, get out of the family. He's like, you said I'm in. Sorry, man. You said I'm in.
That's the downfall of the Don Callis
Yeah.
family. He boots them out, and then everybody's like, slowly realizes, right, that it was more fun with Mark and the family.
Yeah. That's what I would do. Make it fun that way. It's interesting because I believe, again, I'm not a historian like some, but I have watched 98% of it. This is the first time I can remember something like this, where it's, if you lose, you have to do something bad for me, you know?
I mean, yeah, the only thing I can think is like when Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks were running amok, like on their power trip, right, with the whole.
Well, I'm saying, but
crew,
like you lose the match and then you got to join me, kind of thing.
I can't think of any time where that. I was trying to think of like what could have led to something like that, right? That group was power hungry.
I think when Matt Hardy was doing his big family thing,
you had to sign with me as the manager. Yeah,
right.
That's
I
right.
remember that.
That's
okay,
right. Was that Private Party?
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
Where are they, by the way? Has anyone heard from them? They lost the titles and then R.I.P.
No, I haven't heard from them.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
Also, where is Top Flight old man? What's his name? Who's the old guy that's with Top Flight that was in SCU? You know what I'm talking about.
Christopher Daniels.
He snaps his finger. The black guy. That was like Scorpio Sky. That's his name.
Sky. Yeah, because he was back.
Yeah, he was back.
Nope. Now they're not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened with that?
I don't know.
I mean, listen, I'm not asking to see it again, but I want to know what happened.
Well, I actually was kicking around this idea. I'm glad I remembered his name because I thought about this idea after a segment we'll talk about here in a moment. But the Hurt Syndicate, if you take a step back, are really just men of a certain age, right? They're not gangsters. They're not like varying ages of like gangsters, right? They're just old dudes who dress nice.
Yeah.
Put Scorpio Sky with them. He would fit right in. It's another bald black dude who's in his 50s.
Yeah, but I don't think he's got the right swagger and coolness that the other guys do.
Well, he would be a change in size because both of those guys are big, and so you'd have a smaller guy.
Yeah.
Man. Then they could be the trios because then MVP doesn't have to wrestle.
True.
I'd do that.
But they're just gone. That whole thing is gone. That whole crew is gone. Because, Christopher Daniels was in it. Like, there was 8 people in that thing.
Yeah. And then bye.
Haven't seen him.
R.I.P. Okay. So then after the Don Callis tries to get Mark Briscoe, we get Don Callis again because at Full Gear, it was announced that Kenny Omega will team with Jurassic Express, and he will take on the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander in the first ever $1 million on the line match, which I love that. I get what we're doing with the Young Bucks. They're broke. Haha, make them keep fighting for money kind of thing. But I love, hey, you know why these two are fighting? Because there's $1 million on the line.
Yep.
Yeah, that rules. Also, side note, here's the other thing that I've been thinking about the last couple weeks with this Young Bucks thing, right? They're saying that they're broke, you know? Okay, let's go back into like, this is real, right? So we're in this world of AEW. Does Tony Khan not pay them?
Yeah, why are they
like,
yeah.
Why they have paychecks, right? Like they have a job. I don't get how they're broke. Like,
well, so here I think what maybe they could have expressed this better is they were getting EVP level pay and they were accustomed to the first class flights and the fancy dinners and the limos.
Maybe that's what it is. Okay.
And the private dressing room and the tailor, and now they get wrestler B pay. Right?
Yeah. Well, that would make more sense because to that point.
But these guys they didn't invest their money properly. They don't have business ventures on the side. They don't have good.
Or you're not a top talent.
401ks. Like,
you didn't have an agent negotiate your contract.
Yeah. You don't have a money manager.
Yeah, come on. So with that match announced,
call up Charles Schwab. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Call up one of those fiduciaries. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What'd you call me?
So here we go. Now with that match announced, we get Matt and Nick Jackson talking to Renee, and guess who interrupts them? Don Callis.
The whole thing.
But then Don Callis says, hey, I'm paraphrasing here. Wouldn't you love to join? You're kind of skittish. How about you meet everybody?
Yeah, look.
And everyone comes around. And then Don Callis is like, this isn't even good enough. How about I tell you about your best friend that's also in this family? And Okada walks up and essentially he's like, hey.
He's just cheesing. He's like.
Yeah, but he's like, join.
Yep.
And then when everyone leaves, he stays back and then he goes, but don't take too long.
Yeah, because they were like, hey, we just need some, we're not quite sure. And he's like, yeah, Don Callis immediately is like, of course, let's give him space, guys. He needs space. But Okada was not like, so.
He's like, don't take so long.
Yeah.
Because it could be a warning, right? It could be, hey, I don't want to have to beat you up if you say no or piss us off.
Like, I know you're broke. I don't want to also have to kick your ass. That really sucks.
That would be interesting if the Young Bucks go babyface. That would kind of suck in the sense that they're better heels than baby faces, but babyface Young Bucks versus Okada and, fill in blank other person.
Liverpool chat says too much time in the casino for the Bucks. Yeah, they don't. They talk about Nick being the reason that like he blew it on the casino, and like if we got more into that, like he actually like took from the funds that they had saved, right?
Yeah, something. But like,
there's got to be tension between them, right? Matt can't just be like, that's cool.
Good. Yeah, doggone.
Thanks for wasting all my money. I only have a wife and a couple kids that we have to fund all these vacations that we take on our fucking.
Something needs to be explained a little bit better. I do understand we were used to the A class and now we're getting, general admission kind of stuff, but like you're still making money anyhow. But a $1 million match. We got that at Full Gear. Okay, we get back in the ring, and now we have a first-round matchup in our AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship Tournament. It's a qualifier. It's the Babes of Wrath.
Babes of Wrath.
Taking on your ROH Forever Champion, Athena, and Mercedes Moné. I like Athena and Mercedes Moné as a team. I think they have a cool dynamic. Because what I like about it is it feels like Athena still bosses Mercedes around.
Yeah.
There's not this like just I give.
Well, they both have that like I am the queen. They both character-wise here, and maybe not character-wise for one or both of them. They truly feel with every fiber in their being like I am the goddess of this. Like everybody understands that, and like you should listen to me. But
you've kind of seen Athena like be that boss. So if you recall, the last time they did that tag match, she ordered Mercedes to like lift up the ropes
Right.
and then she
That's what I'm
threw
saying.
it through.
They both believe it. So now
Yeah.
how does that?
Well, and then Athena said after Mercedes got that cake in her face, she's like, "You're going to be my partner." And then Mercedes like, "Okay." And then she's like, "Minion training." And then Mercedes like, "What the fuck is that?" And then they go walk off. So it's like Athena kind of tells Mercedes what to do, which I like. And then you got the Babes of Wrath, Willow and Harley Cameron. I will say this. I love Harley Cameron. Character is fun. She can do 15 million things all at one time. But let's add more people to her teams and less time in the ring. More time maybe off TV in the ring, because there's a lot of stuff where it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to really force the crowd to be behind this. This feels like what was that, when they pit Funkasaurus with Albert and they all dance.
Lord
right?
Tensai, remember that guy?
Yeah, whatever. They called him Sweet Tea.
Mm-hmm.
And
Good
then they
memory.
danced.
Yeah, you love
I forget
that.
what the team name was, though.
I love it, but you know.
No, because I remember one time we were sitting in the crowd at one of those shows in Kansas City, and I remember sitting there thinking, I was like, that's when I was like, it's a fucking, they just run the same formula. We talk about Tony Khan having a spreadsheet at times.
Yeah.
jokingly.
Well, yeah.
I was like, they're doing this I was like, they booked the TV show for the fucking crowd in the thing, like the dancing and the goddamn.
Well, they booked the hey, we had something work with X-Pac and Kane, so we need to keep that going. Next, it'll be Goldust and Booker T, and then it'll be Bryan Danielson and Kane. Like it's always been that.
That's
like
where we got
so
Naomi
crazy.
and what's her name out of that, right? They came.
Yeah,
out
the Funkasauruses. Yeah, the dancers. Yep. All right, let's get back on track here, though. Babes of Wrath.
Babes of Wrath.
And the women's TBS and then ROH champions.
And they win.
And,
they won the match.
Well, the Babes of Wrath did, because we get towards the end and Athena brings out her number one minion, Billy Starks. Billy Starks goes to grab, I guess, like a championship to use for Athena. And then before she could give it to Athena, Chris Statlander runs down, gives her the old "how's your mother," and she falls to the ground. And then Mercedes is like, what the fuck happened there? And that's then when the Babes of Wrath take that advantage and get the victory. They move on. And in the next semifinal, they will be taking on the Sisters of Sin, Sky Blue and Julia Hart.
Yep.
What'd you think of the match, though?
The match was fine, right? Again, a lot of storytelling in there, like you said. Interested to see how far we go with the Babes of Wrath. I also don't really like that name either much.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's as fine as you're going to get for this team,
right.
I think, right?
Yeah.
Without forcing something even more weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm interested in this women's tag team division. I think it still needs some more polishing, right? But a lot of things do. Obviously, I'm not trying to, single it out for anything. But I liked this, right? I'm interested to see. I'm not feeling the Harley Cameron Willow tag team, right? So I'm not sure that I would book them to go much further than this. But
well, the thing that I thought was interesting is, again, it's a second week in a row, but now the shoe is on the other foot where Willow is in peril, right? She's about to get blasted in the face, and Chris Statlander helps her. I know that I don't like Mercedes, but de facto, you are still helping Willow.
Statlander is kind of being a Cena-like champion, right? Of like,
oh yeah,
I don't know that we want that either.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the bracket here.
Yeah, who's on the other side of it?
Yeah, wrestling, women's.
Yeah, I think the Sisters of Sin are going to win and be in the finals, just because but maybe I'm wrong, right? If the eventual winner comes off the right side, but I don't see Willow and Harley Cameron being the tag champs, unless they just think we're going to parade them out each week and everybody's going to clap and dance and it'll be great pub for the.
Okay, so here we go.
Belts.
So let's talk about this a little bit, because again, we're kind of blowing through the recap here. So let's take a little break. So we got our semifinal set on the left side of the bracket. We've got the Sisters of Sin versus the Babes of Wrath. We still got the quarterfinals on the other side. We've got Windsor and Rio taking
Windsor is a
on.
thing.
Yeah, she's still happening. They're
Just
taking
teaming
on
with Rio because, like,
why not? They're friends. They wrestle. in
look, I
Japan.
get. Hey, there's new tag belts.
Yeah.
Obviously, there wasn't established tag teams because there was no tag belts.
So like me and you, yeah.
You want to make this run? Sure, yeah.
Right. But they're taking on timeless Tony Storm and her wife, Mina Shirakawa.
That's right.
Right?
It's her wife, right?
Yeah, that's what she said.
That's what
Called
she
her her
says.
wife.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever you want.
Tony Storm's awesome.
The best. We'll talk about her when she's on commentary a little bit. But then I think, honestly, this is the most intriguing match probably of the entire tournament. You've got Megan Bayne and now Marina Shafir taking on who I thought was going to win this whole tournament, TJ, Ty Mello, and Anna Jay. I think the whole thing was made for those two because those are like day one women, and they've been killing it.
Wanted them to be a tag team from forever. Day one.
Yeah. So, but you kind of feel like,
but there's no smoke behind them. They haven't. What have they done? Right. Like,
right. But what is? Because here's what I think. Megan Bayne, Marina Shafir are like badasses.
Right. Even though they're not friends and don't get along, just winning by the sheer badassery of themselves.
Right. But it could be a little bit of a Monet Athena thing where it's like, well, I'm the stronger of the two. Well, I'm the more heavy striker of the two. And then you get a pissing competition and it costs them the match. And then they could feud amongst themselves.
The new bar.
Yeah. Or they just fight each other at the bar. Ooh, I like that.
We talked about that at work today too.
The bar?
Mentioned the bar, and he was like, "Wasn't that a tag team name?" And I was like,
"Yeah, hell yeah,
yeah."
All right, so who you got as your favorite? You got Sisters of Sin, Babes of Wrath, Windsor and Rio, Tony and Mina, Bayne and Shafir, Anna Jay, Ty Mello. Who of
I
the
think
remaining
Sisters
teams?
of Sin win over TJ.
Ooh, so you think they beat the Babes of Wrath?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Because I'll tell you who I think. Again, I told you I thought this whole thing was made for Anna Jay and Ty Mello, but I think you can't go wrong, and you kind of have to because she's the most over woman in all of wrestling. But I think you go Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa.
Yeah. Well, I think I would have put a lot of stock in Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford until the Penelope Ford thing happened. But
I agree. If it was those two, I'd probably pick those two. But I think you're going to get Tony and Mina because then it gives instant credibility because Tony Storm now is a part of your first ever women's tag team champions. I don't know. Should be interesting. We'll get into it more as the matches unfold.
Wide open.
Wide open. All right. Then we get finally the announcement we tried to tease at the start where Tony Schiavone comes back out. And he said, hey, earlier in the night, remember this national title? We're bringing it back. And we're going to do a Casino Gauntlet match at Full Gear. And here's two of the people that signed up. And then the Hurt Syndicate walk out. Now, MVP kind of sidestepped the whole question, it felt like the entire time of, hey, so if Shelton and Bobby Lashley are the last two, what the hell? And he's like, well, we all win. And it's like, but you don't. So what's up with that? How did you feel about the announcement? How do you feel about another title? How do you feel about the gauntlet match? And how do you feel about potentially Shelton and Bobby being 1 and 2 in this gauntlet match?
I was so happy when we merged the Continental and the International, formerly All Atlantic Championship, because we had too many titles. And I was like, finally, we pulled that trigger. We did it. Thank you. And then they came out and they were like, women's tag titles. And I was like, I don't want to complain about more titles because that makes sense, right? That's good.
Yeah.
Men
have it,
that.
women have it.
Right,
yeah.
deserve that. Yeah, that's fine. And I was like, that's still a lot of titles, right? But like, of course. And now this national title. Here's what bugs me. It's a good name, right? It fits for what you're doing. You got a world title. This is the national title, right? You're not going to come out with a United States title. So like, all right, makes sense. It's a fine name. You can tie into things where like you have national championships on other sports and stuff like that. So you get a little, you know what I mean? Crossover into that. But what, man?
Then get rid of the unified.
Get rid of the unified. Get rid of, I know you've got the fucking network branded ones, so you're never going to get rid of those, but like.
And those are fine.
I mean, they are, but like all right, so to me, those feel like they should be what the old TV title was, because that makes sense, right? It's, you know?
Yep. Yeah. This is our television champion. They wrestle on television.
What would you call whatever the WWE equivalent of Intercontinental title is, right? Like, what's the second mid-card title in AEW?
Well, what I think it should be is the TNT Championship and TBS Championship. Those are here's number one, here's number two.
I think it works that way on the women's side, for sure.
Yes.
But I don't know that it does on the men's side.
Right, because then you got unified, then you got now this national, and then you got all this convoluted stuff. This is how I would do it if I had the pin, and let's just pretend I do.
Just rename the unified the national. Like,
yeah, that's what I don't get. Because also, I know that we're teasing probably at Full Gear Takeshita versus Okada for this unified championship, but you could just easily do that for the national championship. It's fine. Right. Now, this is what I read about the national championship. And so this is how I would do it if I had the pin. Okay. Boom, boom. Here you go. You're doing your men's and your women's world champions. Those are the two best. There you go. Your secondary titles are your TBS and your TNT, right? Boom. That's for your men. That's for your women. Then you have tag, men, women, right? Boom. So we're all set there.
Yep.
Then I would do a national champion like this, because the way they described it is the national champion will go to New Japan and CMLL and AEW and Ring of Honor and just defend this thing all over different promotions. Kind of like what they wanted that Continental Classic title to be, because if you remember when Pac was he was defending it at
you
bars.
had the international championship.
That's what I'm saying.
That makes sense for that. Calling it the national championship and then saying I'm going to go over to Japan and I'm going to go down to Mexico. And
it's that national. Yeah, it's that national. Yeah.
Like, why didn't you keep it the international title and do it with that one?
Yeah, because this is again.
Which, by the way, world means international, but I'll also on that.
Yeah. Again, I'm not the smartest person in the world, even though, come on, we know I am. This is what This is what you do, though.
I'm not the smartest person in the world, but we all know some people are too smart.
Come on.
So like,
I'm wearing a hat for a reason.
I'm at the best smart part. Nobody smarter than me.
Don't do that part. Don't do that. But this is how, again, if I could structure the company, this is the other change I would make. The TBS and TNT championships aren't getting defended on fucking pay-per-views. It's a television championship. So those title defenses happen on television.
Right.
Because again, let's go into this world real quick, right? We're in the AEW world. Our partners are Turner.
Mm-hmm.
The respective presidents of TBS and TNT are like, no, we want those matches on our channel.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you're naming it after us.
Yeah.
So I would never have Kyle Fletcher or Mercedes Moné make any title defenses of those on pay-per-views.
Counterpoint, they may want you sending it over to those other networks because those other networks have to now advertise.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, I would have that be the legitimate television champions, and then you get elevated to world championship, and that's where you get on pay-per-view. Oh, see how that works? See how that works? Because what the fuck is the difference, if we're being honest, if you're both defending it on pay-per-views?
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, I agree. I think I just, and I know it's a hot button issue and some people want to, the online mantra nowadays of like, if you say anything negative, you're just clearly hating for no reason, whatever. Like, it's not out of left field to say, hey, they might have too many titles. We all had a discussion about it for a fucking year plus, and they finally merged one for that reason. Or merged two for that reason. You know what I mean?
And also, again, look at all the shit I have here, so let's not act like I'm not an AEW fan. It's okay not to like 100% of something.
Yeah.
Look at my Chief stuff. I get you. Yeah. I bet you $1,000 I can tell you 4 players I fucking hate, but look at my Chief shit, right? It's not that I don't like the Chiefs.
Play calling that we don't like.
Yeah, exactly. So like this idea that I can't say anything negative and I must consume everything and love it. No. I'm working on that article about MJF right now,
Yeah.
But the other thing, I don't know if I'm actually going to do it, but I kind of want to because I do want to fight some people on this. But I'm so fucking tired. Speaking of hot button issues, I'm so fucking tired of being told you should just be a pro wrestling fan and like all the pro wrestling. The fuck off. Hey, you like soda, so drink all soda drinks. No, I fucking hate Diet Coke. Don't tell me I got to drink Diet Coke because it's a soda. Fuck you. WWE sucks. Why the fuck would I watch it? I don't want that shit to do well.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, fun fact, I wanted to stop watching it before AEW existed. Like, I didn't want to believe in AEW, honestly. And then I was like, oh, you mean it is good? Great.
Yeah.
Now I can stop watching WWE.
But this idea that, like, you shouldn't be into tribalism, that's what we all fucking do, brother and sisters.
Liverpool Chat said in the chat, how many titles do they have now? And I don't know if he's talking about AEW or if he's talking about the Chiefs. And so I don't know, because we were talking about the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs have 4. It will be 5 at the end of this season.
Yeah. Hey. Well, here's the other thing about AEW that, again, I would try to fix. We just mentioned Athena, who is your ROH women's champion. You're muddy in the waters when it's like, and then here's an ROH champion. Well, who's that? Don't go see that show.
Yeah,
It's like,
the ROH. Everybody knows that.
yeah, it's like, no.
Yep.
Unless it's Forbidden Door. That's when I would allow ROH on the pay-per-views. But if it's not Forbidden Door,
The glory
you don't
hole.
see those motherfuckers. Yeah. The Glory Hole Championship. All
All
right, let's get back to this segment here. So Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, do they fight? Well, we don't even really get an answer because Ricochet comes out. And Ricochet does his...
He was in it, though, man. He was so annoying. He was just...
Well, and he was just
great
like...
stuff.
Yeah, he's like, you crusty old fucks. You ain't going to win a championship, so I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm going to keep you away from it.
You're so old.
Yeah.
You just can't...
Yeah.
They're probably like 6 years older than Ricochet.
Yeah, Yeah, I like to actually see. That'd be funny. Let's see here. But yeah, he's like, you son of a bitches, you're not going to win shit. I'm going to keep you away from it. Ricochet is 37.
Okay.
Let's see how old Bobby Lashley is. Bobby Lashley
Be 43
is...
if it was 6 years. Yeah,
he's
they're older than that.
49.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right.
And let's see Shelton real quick. Shelton.
About the same,
Ben.
probably.
50. Shelton Benjamin is 50? God damn, he looks great.
It's amazing. Yeah.
What a fucking asshole. I hate him so much now. What a jerk.
This is not cool. This is not fair.
No.
This is not legal.
I don't want you to win a match ever again.
Your only accomplishment, the only thing we should applaud you for is just how you look. That's all you get, okay?
That's all you should get, all right? You don't get everything in life. Fuck you. Ricochet, the demand, brother. Like right there. I'm with you now. Yeah. Fuck the Hurt Syndicate. 50? Hold on. Let's see how old MVP's ass is with his graggly voice. Let's see. Hold on.
92, I think.
He's 52. So you got 52, 50, and 49.
Yep.
Fuck.
Oh, Liverpool Chat says, hey, I like the Chiefs. They beat the Niners twice. That was a massive favor being a Seahawk fan.
I like the Niners growing up. The 94 49ers was one of my favorite teams of all time. But yeah, fuck them and their fans and their little, we got Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice is awesome, but he played in the 80s. So suck a dick and talk about someone current. George Kittle. I like George Kittle.
Even
Big
Joe
wrestling
Montana left to go to the Chiefs because he knew he had to get out of that place.
I like George Kittle, right? He's a big Penta fan and all that stuff. But if you recall, if you ever listened to the mic'd up of Super Bowl 54, and he's like, I will come back and I will rain vengeance. And then at Super Bowl 57, he came back and he had a catch for 4 yards, and then he didn't realize that the ball was fumbled behind him because he wanted to talk to George Karlaftis.
Yeah, you want to say, hey, George.
Yeah. Fucking idiot. Penta could suck a dick, too.
What was great, too, is that George knew what was up and went and got that ball.
George, get the fuck out of the way, asshole.
Whatever, anyhow, George. Nerd.
Yeah. So, again, Ricochet is talking his shit. MVP finally gets the words and says, you talk shit, we hurt people, run it. And so then they try to go fight him. Nothing happens. Okay.
This feud that doesn't die, though, I guess.
And it still feels like it's not droning.
I agree. It's not annoyingly going on, but it's going to venture into that territory if we don't end it soon, is my worry.
The only thing that I would do for me, because again, I do like the chemistry. I like Ricochet just annoying MVP. That's a fun thing. Is still have them go off and fight other people, but just randomly segments, just have them bump into each other.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, they're always like the old guy Muppets from the crowd to just comment on the other team's shittiness. Yeah,
and Ricochet and MVP just bump into each other. They don't
Every
fight,
time
but
one
they
team
all
is down and
insult.
out, the other team happens to be walking by and like,
losers. Yeah.
Nerd.
Let's say the Hurt Syndicate win the trios championships and they just put it in Ricochet's face. Hey, did you see this title?
They're like walking by back in the back and they're just like, oh yeah, look what we did.
Yeah. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. I want your opinion on this next segment because I'll just say I don't. So we get Jurassic Express and they said, we're going to show some charity to the Young Bucks. So we got old Kangaroo Jack over here, fucking walking with his big knife and he puts $100.
Yeah.
And then puts a knife in it. And then Luchasaurus is like, well, I'll take the money.
I'm going to take that. Yeah.
And Jack Barry's like, leave it.
He's a dog.
What if Ricochet walked by?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It wasn't like on their shit. It was just out there in the fucking open.
I treated this as throwaway. It felt just like, we just want to put Jack Perry on camera and,
I would, the advice that I would give as a viewer watching is let's tone down a little bit of the Crocodile Dundee shit with Jack Perry.
Yeah, I really don't know what this is, man.
I don't like it.
The straight up Skinner knife.
Yeah, right? and the jacket now all of a sudden. No.
Yeah.
They should
this
still
black
be their
denim vest thing that he's got going on.
He should still just be the scapegoat, and he's now just friends with Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what is he going to do if he goes back to Chicago, right? If they do a show in Chicago, it's not like those fucking kissing cousin idiots are going to forget that their little best friend didn't like him. So, you know what I mean?
Chicago is a cult also.
Oh, did you see our pizza? It has all the sauce.
Chicago, loves them from Chicago. They get real meta with the Chicago.
Yeah. And look, I can see what's behind me. There's a Kansas City thing. Here's Kansas City things. But this is what I'll say. I like that objectively. If I lived in Poughkeepsie, I'd be a Chiefs fan because I like the fucking team, right? Here's another thing that's a cult is just being proud of something you didn't have a fucking choice in. Hey, I was from this town. Just because it's close. This is my favorite pin. Why? Because it's next to me. I like the pin. Fucking idiots. I can't stand when people are like, my identity is the thing that I'm next to or the thing that I'm in. Fucking goofs.
Liverpool chat says, every time I see CM Punk, I cheer myself up by watching his UFC fight when he got his hours beat. Well, which one?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Mickey Gall kicking his ass was fine. Mike Jackson is the one where, he shouldn't be seen in public again. That motherfucker is on the short bus.
That, the moment I was like, oh, yeah, they named a CM Punk opponent, and you were like, who is it? And, you being the avid MMA fan at the time, especially really into it at the moment. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Mickey Gall, you literally went, hey, he's fucked.
He was fucked. Yeah. Mickey Gall is tough, and obviously CM Punk is not. What I like to do.
Nobody knew it, man.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I like to do to cheer myself up when I think about CM Punk failing is watching him try the buckshot lariat. That is objectively hilarious because that's supposed to be his shit. I can give you a little bit of a pass of we even said this when CM Punk tried the UFC. If you asked me to be the starting pitcher for the Royals, I'm going to say yes. I'd fucking suck, but I'm going to fulfill a dream. So, okay. But CM Punk, wrestling's supposed to be your shit, and you can't do the flip thing to save your fucking life. God, it's so bad. Because the sign I really thought about making when we went to Dynamite and we were front row, I thought about putting the pay-per-view and the timestamp of right when he falls on his ass and just have it like right there.
Yeah.
Like right there and just, what the fuck is that? And then they'd look it up and I'm like, I got you, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I thought about.
CM Punk would have seen that. Somebody would have got that to him. And like, look what
I
you
should have
fucking
done
did
it.
on Dynamite.
I should have done it. I might do it next time. They're coming back.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, they'll be back.
Hell yeah. All right, let's get back to some action here. We
see Jason from Iowa when we go back.
Yeah, Jason. What's up, brother? Iowa. I like Iowa. I like the tradition that they do with their football team where they wave to the children's hospital. That's very nice. Very considerate.
I remember though seeing somebody online talk about the new, football games back out at EA, the college football game. And they were like, and they put that in the game, right? The Iowa tradition that like they turn around and they wave, and they were like, but that means that in the EA universe, children's cancer exists. Like, did we have to put that in there?
That's so sad.
Right. It's like I guess that's good, but it's also sad. Yeah.
Yeah, heaven forbid that be your Sims.
If you play as Iowa, do you know the whole time, like, oh, there's some kids dying over there from cancer?
You got another home game. Oh, man. Or if you're the asshole who's like, you know what? We're relocating, getting rid of that bullshit.
Yeah. No, we need new stand. We need new luxury boxes on the side of them.
Take it out. You can't see it. Oh, God. That's fun. Okay, hey, let's talk about the second advantage battle match. In this one, it's Darby Allin taking on Daniel Garcia. I liked here where before Daniel Garcia gets out of his little hiding area, we see Moxley saying, like, you better fuck him up. Like, this is fuck him up.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good.
Time
like
to show your job improvement, right? Like,
yeah,
fuck this guy
but it's
up.
good. Like the leader is not just hanging around doing his own thing. He's actually leading, right? So that was pretty cool. But I mean, come on. We knew the ending of this when we saw the first match. Darby Allin picks up the victory. Now, a lot of fun. We even get Pac. He comes in, tries to fuck up the match, but ends up failing in that attempt. So Darby Allin wins, but then Pac gets back in the ring. He's like, we're fucking him up. And so they're beating up on Darby Allin. So is the rest of the Death Riders.
I don't even think this was written. Darby just was like, guys, I need you to fuck me up after this.
Yeah.
Like, I got like
punch me fucking hard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they're like, Tony didn't write that. And they'd be like, I'll deal with Tony later.
Yeah. Here's a blade.
I get my fix. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Come on, it's the last time. I swear. I swear. Yeah. Just a little bit. I just need a little bit.
Right here. The eyebrow. You know that it doesn't fucking hurt that bad. No, Darby. God damn it. Now, here's the thing, though, that I want your opinion on, because commentary mentions this. So is there smoke where there's fire, I guess you could say, or is there fire where there's smoke? That's it. So Garcia's getting beat up. Orange Cassidy runs out. Kyle Riley runs out. Roderick Strong runs out. Mark Briscoe does not. And they even mention, hey, where's Mark Briscoe?
Yeah, they mentioned that. Well, and earlier, Don Callis even mentioned them specifically.
Like, leave those losers.
Leave those losers the conglomeration. Is that just, do they know enough to think, hey, leave him out of this so that people question?
Or it could have just been, hey, he wasn't planned. And let's say it was Bryan Danielson. I forget who said it. Was just like, hey, I noticed. And you're like, fucking, hey, man. Yeah. You weren't supposed to say it. You know?
Maybe he was back there in a meeting with Don Callis. But that would be a choice. He's going to lose the match and he has to join that thing. So.
Yeah. Interesting, though. But yeah, that's our men's blood and guts match. We'll talk about kind of what we think as we get into.
There's a third, right? A third.
Well, the third match is going to be Saturday on Collision. Right. Roderick Strong, John Moxley. So at the time of this recording, we do not know who has that advantage.
They had been flirting around a lot too with Roderick Strong not liking the conglomeration
and John Moxley tapping out to every fucking move that makes him feel uncomfortable. Roderick Strong, guy that makes you feel uncomfortable wrestling.
Somebody brought up all these mega factions has been a good way to get a lot of people on TV without having to like throw them in random matches and fucking, you know?
Well, and this used to be a huge criticism of AEW, and I always used to push back because it didn't make any fucking sense. But wrestlers have friends. It's not admirable to be fucking lonely.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make you fucking cooler than anyone. Like, oh, you drive the road by yourself? Fucking loser.
Yeah, don't use me as an example. I'm lonely, but I'm cool also. Like those who just happen to exist, but like it's not cool to be lonely. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you think I want to fucking read all these books? No. I want to rage.
But like, have you been out there? You can't go out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to drink till I can't feel feelings anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, have
I want
you
to fucking
seen lately?
Yeah. Well, I even told you, remember? I used to strangle people. I used to kick them in the face.
Yeah, you did tell me today. You were like, what was books? You're like, I joined Goodreads, is what you said. And you're like, I used to kick people in the face. Remember that? You're like, for fun on like a Tuesday.
Yeah, I did. I really did. And I loved it.
I know you did. It brought a lot of joy to you. Look at your eyes have lit up now, remembering it.
I love it, man. It's so much
You
fun.
smiled this much on the show at all.
I do. I love it. I love violence so much. It's the best.
I remember one time at the radio station, you were just like, you were shaking with excitement when you said it. You were like, because you were like trying to advocate how great it was to do these things, and then I should join. You were like, don't you like? Isn't it just great to like make somebody submit to your will? Like,
it is.
This guy really likes the fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. And you learn so much about yourself. You're like, oh, because here's the other thing too. Oh, I'm at a bar. I'd kick everyone's ass. The fuck you would?
Yeah, right.
Have someone put their knee in your fucking throat and then they're punching you in your ear.
Yeah.
Then see how big and tough you are.
I was aware enough of a human when I was out at bars to notice a lot of people you think are going to beat somebody's ass, and that shit winds up the other way around real fast. You don't like size don't mean nothing if you don't know how to use it, right? Like
I got a friend. Yeah, I got a friend, Tim Elliott, who's in the UFC, fights at 125 pounds, and I've seen him beat the fuck out of some super heavyweights that were linemen in the NFL. Not exactly, but I'm saying built like that. Anyhow, let's get off that topic. Let's talk about those scumbags, FTR. FTR comes out and they're like, hey, at Forbidden Door, Brodito, you stole those championships away from us. So let's talk this face to face, you jackasses. And then the music hits, no Brodito. So what does FTR do? They go, hey, there's Bandito's family. Why don't we say hi? And one thing that I love that Bald FTR is doing here is what would you say? Yeah, that's great. Just takes the mic back.
Yeah.
That's a really easy and good way to be a jackass. Yeah. I like that a lot. So we're getting the whole making fun of Bandito's grandma. She's 113, all the fun stuff, right?
Bandita Abuela.
Yeah. And then we go backstage, and I guess, did Stokely have them locked in? How was the door being?
I think the door's locked somehow because Stokely ain't holding that door.
Yeah, that's what I was like. That's not a thing that could happen.
Which is, again, I know we're supposed to suspend our disbelief. I'm in the kayfabe world, but like, I worked in doors and hardware. Like, I know that like Stokely doesn't have that ability unless he's changing the locks on that fucking thing, and he didn't do that.
Maybe he did.
Okay.
Stokely knows his way around locks.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah. Well, depending on the structure, some of it might have been an internal thing and he ain't doing it. Anyway, all right.
Right. But here's the thing that I guess, again, I liked it because, again, the visual was awesome. Stokely, by the way, when he brought up, Renee went up to Stokely and was like, hey, what the hell's going on here? And Stokely's like, I'm on HBO Max. I'm trying to watch The Wire.
Yeah.
I love that. That was so fucking great. That's just the best. That's synergy.
Yeah,
it's a great show. Yeah, the best. And so we go back to him watching The Wire. And then we get this fist through the door, grabs Stokely, ends up getting the door open. Here's my first thought, though. And this is just me being an asshole. I get it. The visual was awesome. It makes sense for the story, all that. But like Brody King didn't think to do that the first time.
Well, at some point you're like, fuck it, I'll pay the bill, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's the thought process. But yeah, so Stokely then runs to the arena or to the ring, out in the arena area. Brodito is following, and they chase him off. There we go. Family's okay. I guess Gravity did get beat up. They were beating up Gravity a little bit.
And that's like his brother, right? Gravity's
that's his real brother. Yeah. But that guy's done. Change your name, brother.
Yeah.
When Samoa Joe does the walk away and does the fucking gravity walk, you're not coming back.
Yeah, and I don't think Samoa Joe meant to ruin your career, but he did.
But he did. Yeah.
Yeah, but he did.
He did. You're done, bud. All right. What do we got? Oh,
I also weren't we enamored with Pac because he was the man Gravity forgot? Like, why are you talking about Gravity? What are you going to fall to the ground? You're not supposed to do that. I don't understand why Gravity is the name. Doesn't make you slower either. I mean, I guess if there's increased gravity, I guess. But.
Even before that, his entrance was just ass. I mean, no one wanted to like, hey, brother, let's not do that. That's very dumb. Anyhow. All right, then we get into some in-ring action. It's our Blood and Guts Advantage Battle Match 1 on the women's side.
Rolls right up the tongue.
Yep. Megan Bayne versus Mina Shirakawa, Toni Storm on commentary. And this week's one-liner from Toni Storm was, Excalibur, why don't you do play-by-play for my orgies?
Yeah. Yeah. Which, I know you said you think Excalibur can make a lot of money doing that on the blue side.
Yeah.
But my thought was, Tom, we could make a lot of money doing that.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that a thing? Do people do this? Are there commentators for you? And I can commentate anything. We'll show up on site. You pay us, we'll talk about the fee, but just
I don't care. Yeah. Man,
we'll
woman,
commentate anything.
Whatever you want. Animal people, whatever you want. I'll just fucking talk it all out what I'm seeing.
Commentate. Yep.
Yeah.
Commentate. Give us the mics.
I think that
What do you an orgy we can get booked?
No.
I'll make some business cards.
No. I won't say his name on air for just if this does get to him. But right. I'll say
so Ash Hendricks.
I do know of a person who was pretty prominent in play-by-play who end up doing descriptive voiceover work for pornos.
Descriptive voiceover work.
So like the describing of the scene is what he would do, or he or she would do. And
what is who needs that track? But
it's a job. It's a job.
Well, where do I sign up for this?
Yeah. I'll have him reach out to you. He'd love to talk.
Yeah, obviously, is there like an online portal where I sign up for this and put a demo in? And
yeah, maybe. Anyhow,
listen, I know how to speak well for explainer videos.
By the way, no, never mind. I'll talk about that afterwards. To do with him.
We'll workshop some of this later.
Yeah. We get Megan Bayne.
Anybody out there that's got any orgy commentary work, hit us up, is what we're saying.
Yeah, let us know.
AEWrap@gmail.com.
Yeah, they're never going to get email. Yeah, 1W. All right, but we get Megan Bayne defeating Mina Shirakawa. So the women now have a 1-0 lead. Now,
Amanada's injured? Did I miss that?
Yes, Queen Amanada got injured last week in the tag match.
Right.
So now Mina is filling in for
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Queen Amanada. Which kind of, hey, look, fair is fair because Penelope was hurt, so she gets replaced. So Queen Amanada gets hurt, she gets replaced. So it's kind of like, now you guys are both at even strength, I guess you could say, or preparation. So now after the match, Marina Shafir, she threw Toni Storm into the steel steps because Marina was attacking Toni during the match. And then we get a whole brouhaha, right? The Triangle of Madness comes out. They're beating up. Then we got Jamie Hayter, Willow, Harley Cameron. Mercedes runs down and she's like I'm going to fight. You know what? No, I'm not.
Yeah, she stopped. She was like, I don't even fucking do this.
Good luck, everyone.
It's kind of like, it was that sudden realization, like, what the fuck am I going to go? I don't really give a fuck about any of these bitches.
Which she probably doesn't. You know what I mean?
Right,
And so
yeah.
she's like,
Yeah.
I'll let you guys
What's the point
handle
of me
this.
going, I got nothing to gain from this.
Yeah. And then Chris Statlander comes back and beats her up from behind. And then there you go. We got our blood and guts men.
Chris Statlander picking her shots tonight.
Yeah, she looked great. She was smart, right? As a babyface, typically the babyfaces are always dumb. But we get our baby faces and heels stare down for the women's blood and guts match. And again, we'll kind of give our preview there at the end. And then go to break, come back, and we are in our main event. So for the AEW World.
Was this the 2.5 hour night?
No, that's next week.
That's next week, yeah.
Yep. So for the AEW World Trios Championship, it's your champions, the Ops, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Shibata taking on your AEW Men's World Champion, Hangman Adam Page, Hook, and Eddie Kingston. And I'll just tell you this, Tim. I was just happy as could be, just that Hangman and Eddie were just there together.
That your eyeballs could consume both of them at the same time.
And they were friendly, you know?
It wasn't a fight.
Yeah.
I mean, a match between them two would be awesome enough.
The best. But for their first interaction, they're friends. I love it.
Yep.
Like, those are my two guys.
Yeah, no, it warmed your heart.
It did. I was smiling the entire time.
You yelled at one less coworker this week, didn't you?
Yeah, actually I did. No, I did.
All right.
Yeah, I had the choice today to really fucking lay into someone, and I was like, I don't want it. Let's just, we'll let them.
You're like, did you see Dynamite? Did you know Hangman and Eddie Kingston?
Yeah, did you see Hangman and Eddie Kingston right there?
You need more AEW in your life. That's what you should start saying to people. You know what? You need more AEW in your life.
By the way, though, I will say Eddie Kingston is starting to look like he's in shape. You could, at least for me, you could tell he was not bloated. Well,
he's in Eddie Kingston shape.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to be on the cover of Men's Fitness, but
he's not going to be on a Don Callis painting anytime. That's the one that we need to join the Don Callis family. And then when it's time for a painting, be like, "My up dog, when am I posing?" And they'll be like,
"Yeah,
actually, why don't you sit this one out?" Be like, "What do you mean, dog?" Like, "No, I want to be in the painting too. You want me to take my shirt off?" And they're like, "No, no, we do not."
Man, you could really do some fun stuff because you know what would be funny is if you had JD Drake join the Don Callis family, and then they all get abs except for JD Drake. They're like, "What the fuck, man?"
They were like, "Look, we couldn't really." No, they just got to give him like 2 little abs at the front. They're like, "Look, it's the best we could do. We got to have some realism." You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, let's talk about our main event here. We get a good old brouhaha again, right? We get the kicking, the punching, and all the fun stuff. I thought the most interesting thing about this match was Powerhouse Hobbs wore Hangman like a hat around the ring and in the stands.
He's a powerhouse.
Yeah. Put Hangman through a table, a power slam off the entrance ramp through the tables. He's done. And then for the second week in a row, Hook submits, taps out.
Is that on purpose or did that just get leaked through the,
So I saw the, how they do AEW bonus footage, right? From the previous week when he lost in that 4-way for the number 1 contenders match. And Eddie's trying to talk him up. And then they're trying to talk to Hook. And Hook's like, "Hey, man, you tapped to fight another day. Those things happen. I totally get it. It's fine." But when it happens 2 times in a row.
Yeah, I said it was fine. I'm not saying it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was fine. It's fine. It's not fine. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know the difference.
And so that's what I think is interesting. Because I even think Bryan Danielson said it was like, this is 2 weeks in a row. Hey, why don't we do some, your dad is the submission fighter. You know what I mean? Why don't you?
What if, Taz comes back. Hook's like, "Good to see you back." And you can tell Taz is like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, almost embarrassed of his son. Be like, "But you've been tapping out? I see you tap out 5 times already, dude. What's up?
Yeah.
What? You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. The family name here, man."
Yeah. Once to Joe makes sense. That's totally fine. But now.
We tap people. We make people tap. We don't tap.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Should be interesting. It could be interesting if we go with that. All right. So that was our main event. The Ops retain. They defeat Hangman, Hook, and Eddie. So next week, we get our blood and guts matches. We also get announced Hangman versus Powerhouse Hobbs. So that'll be fun. But I want your opinion on these men's and women's blood and guts matches. What are you expecting? What are you hoping for?
We're going to get some blood and guts.
I hope we don't get guts.
I don't think, I don't have a whole lot of expectations for these, right? Because what's to expect, right? We know what these are. We know they're going to get down. Somebody's going to do some wild stuff. I hope nobody tries to be like, I'm going to top the last thing they did and wind up, you know what I mean, overdoing it, hurting themselves or somebody else. So that's my hope, right, as we come away mostly undamaged, but pushing the envelope as far as we can here.
I would like to see character development. I feel like the last Blood and Guts had that really incredible character progression with Jack Perry when Darby's like, I'll set his ass on fire, and then the Bucks quit.
Yeah.
But Jack Perry's like, fucking do it.
Yeah. Do
Pussy.
it, dumbass.
You know? So something like that, right? If we can get some type of story progression from a Kyle O'Reilly or someone like that. Now, I do think there's something to what you said earlier, where Roderick Strong, even in the conglomeration video, gets up and leaves. Like, he's like, I don't want to fucking be a part of this. I could see him going, hey, when the tough get going, I get gone. This shit sucks. Also, AEW does I don't know if it's a good job or not, but they are very transparent with, hey, do you know Britt Baker and Adam Cole are fucking, right? Mm-hmm. And let's not act like Roderick Strong's wife isn't Marina Shafir.
Right.
Do we just run with that out of this match, right? Marina just gives him a look, right? Say the women go first, the men are second. Marina comes back out there, gives him a look, and he's like, yeah, what the fuck am I doing? And then joins the Death Riders.
Speaking of that, you see the Ruby Riott and Angelo Parker got themselves like a little cafe and shit.
Yeah, like a nerd cafe. Yeah, like play board games and stuff, which I think is great.
Look at that.
Yeah. Got a baby and now just hanging out doing that.
Yeah, that's nice.
They should ask for AEW licensing and just make it kind of more AEW themed, right?
Yeah. I didn't catch what city they're in.
I don't know either. Yeah, that would be fun though. From the women's match, I'm honestly the most interested, and this is going to sound weird, but I do feel this way. I'm the most interested in what Mercedes does because she feels like the odd person out, right?
Yeah, I agree.
The Triangle of Madness and Megan Bayne, they've been kind of pseudo partners for months, right?
Yep.
Now Mercedes is just like, I'm in. And they're like, what? Right? And
I'll say this for the Mercedes when if we start developing a little bit of that where she's like, yeah, I'm in this match. And everybody's like, all right. I mean, because she's good, right? Like, she's a good wrestler and like top tier, like fine, but like weird, right? She's just like, shut up, I'm here, right? And they're like, all right.
Well, yeah, if she kind of does this thing of like fighting to be accepted, but the way she's accepting or trying to get accepted is just putting herself into this stuff, like
just bullying her way into your stuff. Yeah.
Like, hey, I don't want you here. Like, but I'm here though. It's like,
but I'm here. We're gonna win this thing together, right? Like, okay. Fine. Yeah.
Oh, like especially
put her there. Matches. Like does the fucking like?
Yeah.
Let me get CEO. Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, CEO. Right. Yeah. But like especially when you do those matches where they're like, all right, we'll go find a partner and it'll be us two versus you and whoever you can find. And Mercedes is like, it's me. And
it's just right there, just like jumps in. And everybody's like,
no, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. No. You have a broke leg. You can't even wrestle tonight. Yeah. But I can. Like, I'm fine. Yeah.
That would be fun. Yeah. Yeah, because then you get Harley Cameron, like, picks up on that. And she's like, and tonight, I need a new partner. And she's got, like, the puppet. And she, like, just turns. And, like, Mercedes Moné just isn't there. They, like, pan over. She's, like, trying to hide in the corner for a chance to be like, she's like, oh, come on, really? Like, you do it for everybody else, but not me.
You think we get Muppet Monet because Harley Cameron?
We have to.
And Mercedes. Yeah.
We have to. How do you get a blood and guts and don't get Muppet Monet in this somehow?
Well, because the thing that I think is interesting, because I don't know if we ever went back to it, is if you recall, Harley asked Mercedes, hey, let's be tag team like, and win these tag champs, right?
Right.
So does Harley go like carry on her and go like, why did you fucking hurt my feelings? And, tries to kill her.
Yeah, why don't you like me? It's like murdering her with the Muppet. Like, just, why don't you like me?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, if we gave her a little bit of the, like, remember early Mickey James was nuts, right?
Oh,
If
yeah.
we could turn that on in Harley Cameron.
Yeah. Again, the thing I think we're going to build towards in the women's match is Mercedes and Statlander. These are the two best. What will happen in the pay-per-view, right? This match leads to that. But I wouldn't mind if we have some TBS challenger emerge out of this, right? Let's say Megan Bayne looks at looks at Mercedes and is like, and I want your championship. Say they win, and then she just is like, you got 12 of them. I want 3. And Mercedes is like, what? Like, what the fuck?
You're gonna put the CMLL, the thing.
Yeah, I want. Yeah. So I'd like to travel to Mexico, Denmark, and Spain. So I'm challenging you for these 3.
Start. And here's the problem. You might have trouble because you have a bunch of other companies that will have to okay this. But like, I'll put any 4 of these titles on the line. You just pick any 4 of them you want.
Yeah.
Like, let me pick that one.
I think that's actually a cool idea.
Yeah, you could, like, you know what I mean? Let's start doing something with these fucking 29 titles that it is.
Because I really think it'd be funny if you challenge Mercedes based on places you like to vacation. Like, hey, I love Rome. And if you're the Italian women's champion, I want to challenge you for that one. And we're like, what? Yeah. Love Rome. Big Italy fan. You're like, all right, I guess that would be fun.
Here's what we need to do. We need to get some competitor that comes in. This would be great if like Bailey was ready to come over, right? Bailey comes over, let's say like next month, and Mercedes Monet's got these 14 belts, and Bailey's like, I'm challenging you for the East Tennessee Championship, wins it, and then next week it's like, now I'm challenging you for the, Germany Championship, wins it, and just slowly takes all 14 belts from her. Match by match.
Well, and you could even have Mercedes like trying to hide, like, I'm not wrestling you this week. Like, nope, we found you.
Nope, we gotta get the TBS title now. Yeah.
The promoter said you gotta go defend it. Like, mother fucker. Yeah, I like that. With the pay-per-view coming up, I'm curious if any thing happens that goes, now I gotta watch Full Gear, right? Like, one thought I had, and I don't know, I have no basis. This is just a gut feeling. So I did not read anything if it happens or anything like that. It was a pure guess, but I have a weird feeling that MJF might poke his nose back into AEW and be like, remember how I said I was going to be the most vicious person? Yeah. Here it is.
Well, but also remember, we expected we might see a surprise return from one Jay White at the last pay-per-view.
So maybe. I
don't know where he gets in to fit in here, but.
I don't know. I want them to do. Again, I've always been a big proponent of this show leads you to want to watch the next show. I get that there's some things that need finality, right? Like Hangman beating Kenny Omega.
Yeah, but you got to mix that in, right? Yeah.
Right, yeah. Hangman beating Kenny Omega was the perfect exclamation point, and then we started something new. I'm not saying like everything, like someone needed to just hit Hangman in the back of the head. But when you have a blood and guts match with a pay-per-view 2 weeks away, I do think you need to do that.
You almost need to, because then like you essentially gave away a pay-per-view if you do it all in blood and guts and make it.
Yeah, and just hang out and then just go, hey, now pay for this. It's like, I don't want to.
Yeah, so what could that be? I guess we'll see. But yeah, I don't have anything in mind.
Should be fun though. And again, like you said, 2.5 hours, not 2 hours. So put your pajamas on, get some hot chocolate ready, and watch some people bleed.
All right. Do that. Make sure you hit us up, aewrapup@gmail.com, allelitewrapup.com. We're on the YouTube. We're on the Blue Sky. And, we want friends. So just talk to us more. And then
I will see you next week, dumbass.